Hello and welcome to the channel, or welcome back. We're picking up where we left off. We're just starting to get the production going for all of the different, well, for Spaceweed, so that we can actually start some smuggling operations. I think we need a large storage container, so I might try and find a place where I can steal the blueprint for a large storage container and see if we have an EMP to do that with. All right, so as we load in here, I'm going to hop probably to experimental shuttle, which is currently in a fight. Where's the Adachi? Wasn't this supposed to be in this fight too? So the and the Hyperion. What's Hyperion waiting for? Go. Hyperion, you should go attack all the targets in range. Alright, so the Adachi is... Where's Trinity? Trinity, why don't you also follow this guy? We'll get the Minotaur Raider over here too to attack targets in range. Go to Trinity.
Entering
Trinity.
system. War belt.
Yeah, we want to just why don't you go also attack these targets in range up here, so that we're just don't want to lose one of these ships because it gets a little swarmed. Alright, so let me sit in the... Okay, off we go.
Heron. E.
So we're going to go take this Heron, because we're definitely going to need transport ships. And that's kind of all we'll need. We'll need miners and transport ships and things to protect them and things to take more ships. So it's kind of going to be the strategy going forward. This is delivering to the build storage, it looks like.
Heron. Engine.
We cannot tolerate distractions.
Heron. Engine.
Good choice.
Heron. E. Turret.
So we're going to take this ship, disable its guns, get some Marines aboard, let the Marines do their thing.
Turret. Heron. E. Shield generator.
Something hit us.
Not actually trying to go after the shield generators. Let's go after the turrets. And mostly we go after turrets so they don't take out our pods. So we'll just take these turrets out so they don't interfere with our boarding pods.
Heron, E.
And then take a quick scan of the ship, see how many crew there are aboard. Do a quick boarding action. Very strong. Very strong. Off you go. So we're sending all the pods.
Contact. Making preparations to breach.
Acknowledged.
That'll be pretty straightforward. Hopefully these folks are cleaning up here.
Contact. Making preparations to breach.
Moving.
Steady.
Commander, what's
Making our way through the hull.
Yep.
Stay sharp.
Alright, so let's see if this miner is ready. So we're going to assign it to this group. Check in on our how much ice we're having delivered, which water we're making. So whole parts coming in from the Heron. Let's see what Heron is. So it's headed to. Unable to. So this, once we get those hull parts over there, we'll get this other production module going, the swamp plant, and then we'll have a full Spaceweed pipeline. Then we can start figuring out how we and where we sell the Spaceweed to. We're probably going to need to go maybe create some and find some black markets in maybe this sector and in these sectors here, maybe over there, probably these two. Getting some reasonably close black markets will allow us to kind of automate some of the trades, hopefully. Let's see. So he's dropped all the things there. We have good coverage. How are we doing on? We don't actually have decent coverage of this system. Looks like we have some AC on in this sector. We'll probably have to deal with that at some point. One of the benefits of having a main or a large miner is that they're fairly impervious to the harassment. All right, we're gonna have this. Actually, kind of what we're looking for up here is that the Zyar, maybe they go through a neutral sector. This might. Ooh, this is this the sector that connects to Darkness Cascade? Just worried about the Envoy ending up in Xenon space and just getting beat on. We lose the ship. Looks like this guy's moved a little bit.
Engine.
We're taking hits.
We just want to continue to disable their engines. What I
Heron,
don't want
E.
is for them to wander into a another territory and then get destroyed. Mining vessel in the orbit. Let's see. I can probably turn that off. Let's see. Everybody's done here. Cool. He's collecting the drops. Alright. Make sure these don't have our Marines of that. The SCA are really setting up in this sector, which I guess is okay, but they're kind of also competitors when they're going to be selling Spaceweed as well. Right, they're already kind of fulfilling the demand, although yeah, there's a huge demand there. Let's see what the demand is up at the one that's in R. 10,000. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we'll also look at what it takes to make space fuel. Let's look at the encyclopedia. Need wheat and water and energy. That's it. Okay. So if we get a wheat farm, we can make space fuel as well. Do we have... I don't think we do. Production module for wheat. Meat, but not wheat. Okay. Do we have EMP? Looks like we need to go steal a couple of modules. Inventory. I have 3 EMPs. Alright, so we can go get a storage facility, or storage module, and a wheat. So we'll hop to the experimental shuttle to go do that. Teleport to. And probably do this. Who sells wheat? Okay. So we're going to go there, grab the wheat module. That'll let us make space fuel. Do we have the module to make space fuel? Probably do not.
Entering system. Frontier edge.
Space feed, but not space fuel. So we need space fuel, a large module, large container module, and then
Entering system. The void.
the Spaceweed or space fuel module. So grab those. Let's see. Yeah, this is a space fuel factory down here. So.
Preparing for breach. Sit rep. Green.
Entering system. Second contact.
All right, so excuse me. We're just gonna keep pressing with the one objective here.
Entering system.
Get some modules and try and focus so that I don't lose out on kind of what the goal is here. We've got mineral, we got miners just going out and mining all the things that we need. We're gonna have plenty of
Entering
heist coming
system.
in, so
Take class choice.
they're gonna come in and sell. We're gonna create plenty of water. We need more ways of consuming that water. Let's see how much the swamp plant thing does. How much this consumes of our water, because yeah, we're creating a lot more water than we need.
Entering system. Morning Star.
I'm just going to end up flooding the market with spaceweed and space fuel. Alright, and I imagine we can also be selling our water, so let's trade for commander. Have Raleigh actually trade for the commander. We won't be trading anything. We need to make sure it doesn't trade legitimate wares. We don't actually want it to do that. So. We're not going to be buying. Don't sell. And don't sell. So we don't want to be selling water. We do want to be selling Spaceweed. We also don't want to be selling spices. Don't sell. Don't sell. This you can sell. Alright, so where are we at?
Experimental shuttle.
We need to get the wheat farm module. Looks like that's what this is. Yeah. So I'm gonna hop out here. Looks like there's already a signal source on here. Cool. to figure out where that is. Where's the... It's like, where's all the... It blew up. Hopefully we can still find our signal sources here. Mission unlocked. Unlocked blueprint. Alright, cool. That's all we really need.
Experimental shuttle.
So we'll go back to this. Now we'll try and find a large storage container. Probably don't want to do that right on this same facility. Let's see. Trading station is going to have a large storage container for sure, right? Actually, there was a signal source on that station. Let's go back.
Wheat farm.
See if we can't find
Go! Move it!
the signal
Referee to
source.
engage.
Continuing engagement.
Nice of him to give us some free loot.
They say it's safe to engage.
We saw a signal source up here somewhere, right? Yep. A signal source around here somewhere.
They say it's safe to engage.
There it is.
Thanks for your help.
My pleasure. Alright, off we go.
Are you interested in a job?
We've secured several sections. Moving on.
Sure. We can do these kinds of
I
things.
knew I could count on you.
Follow my lead.
And maybe that station will have a large...
Open fire.
a large storage module.
We're pushing through. Lots of resistance.
Follow my lead.
Continuing engagement.
Alright.
And
Safe to engage.
I'm gonna go to this location, hack the turret control panel. We should have the module for, but we'll see.
It's going to blow.
Continuing engagement.
entering at a class choice 3.
Safe to engage.
Autopilot disengage.
Alright, so we're gonna
Position. Pushing through. Lots of resistance.
land on this station.
Claytronics factory. Docking granted.
And disable its turrets. And get $500,000, 500,000 credits. There we go.
Successfully docked.
Get up.
Welcome.
Alright, turret control panel. Security control panel. Shield control panel. Turret control panel. Got stuck. Happens sometimes.
Experimental shuttle.
There's a signal source here. It's over there. We're always going to be on the lookout, hopefully, to get more black market sites, right? So, and the way to find those is through signal sources on
Civilian ship A.
Stop your attack immediately. You will now suffer the consequences.
This is Sector Security. Comms channel open.
Reporting a criminal offense.
Affirmative. Criminal record has been updated.
Oh. Let's get out of here. Let's head to the space fuel factory.
Autopilot engaged.
Alright, swamp plant production is almost there. Is there any reason we should be doing salvage operations? Are we allowed...
Entering a class choice 1.
We're not allowed to buy ships. We're allowed to build ships, I suppose, if we want to. Building ships is a way of getting...
Quantum tube factory.
That looks like it's been through better days. Alright, space fuel module. This is quantum tube factory, but those aren't the quantum tube modules. It doesn't look like. Right? Quantum tube modules look different than that.
Fault. Scan your cargo.
Yeah. You can scan, but you're not going to like what you see.
Found nothing. You can go.
Oh, cool. All right, I'm looking for the signal source that's here. Am I missing it? It's here somewhere. There it is.
M.
A little xenon action.
S.
Okay. Took out a xenon.
Space fuel factory.
Where is the space fuel module here? This looks like a habitation module.
Civilian ship A. SE.
Alright. There's another signal source around here somewhere. Let's Probably up. There it is. It's gonna be a mission one. Silence is golden. Nah.
Forager.
Like, whoa. Where did those guys come from? I think I'm going to go somewhere that's a little less busy to try and find a space fuel module. Let's see. Spice farm. Meat factory. Silicon refinery. Does it show me space fuel? That'd be kind of fun. So, oh, there's definitely another one right there.
Autopilot engaged.
Who did I just send over to a space fuel factory? But okay. This should be a little safer.
Thank you.
My pleasure. No, really trying to foster. Okay, so those big old, those must be the space fuel modules.
Short range transporter A.
Dang, that was a lot of loot. Alright, so we're gonna hop out and grab this
Experimental shuttle.
space fuel module. And then hopefully cool. Looks like this one's pretty straightforward. Yeah. They're not hidden somewhere. They're not going to, these aren't going to be hard to collect. Sometimes it feels like they clip into a situation you can't actually see where they go. Gonna get the decrypted. I just want the blueprint, man. All right, blueprint. That's what I wanted.
Experimental shuttle.
Teleport to our ship. And then we want a large storage container, which I almost guarantee this has.
Autopilot engaged.
Given we've already been doing some exercise in this sector, let's go there. Just to make sure that we don't antagonize the folks too much. satellite there, but we're going to put a large satellite there. Pause it.
Entering system. Argon Prime.
Put one over here too. Alright, looks like we got the whole
Autopilot disengaged.
chain set up here. How much water are we using? Still way, way, way less than we could be. If these two are only 800, we could build a ton more spices and swamp plant. Modules? Holy smokes.
Please hold. We will be scanning your inventory. Nothing found. You're free to go.
Thanks. I don't know how that's possible, but I'll take it. Alright, so we're looking for a large storage module. Large storage module. On this wharf. You gotta have large storage containers, right? That looks like a storage container. Large container storage. There we go.
Experimental shuttle.
Alright. Control. Just plop EMP bomb down. I'm afraid this is going to disappear. We're not going to be able to see where the actual markers are. Let's go with the red marker is, right? Oh no. There's one, two. I'm just gonna have to try and get close enough that it activates. Encrypting data stream. Success! Alright, that's all we needed. Alright, cool.
Experimental shuttle.
Alright, so now we'll plan build large container storage. Confirm module changes. Cool. I was gonna say, did we lose our builder, but it doesn't look like it. Alright, container. Alright, we need to... No, it did take, cool. We're gonna copy module. Just put it right there, right next to this one. And that should give us what we need for a while. Cool. And then someone go get some Claytronics for us. Okay, we're signing to Raleigh to get us the thing. There's our other This would be the Heron we collected earlier. Not sure why it's not letting me. Oh, it probably doesn't have a captain. All right, Heron, and who do we have to take this? Trinity. Give me some service crew. Assign a captain. Okay, so the Heron can now go and upgrade and repair. Get a bunch of crew. Doesn't need that many laser towers or nav beacons. There's all the other things it needs, really. Add to shopping list. Confirm order. All right. So now what we need to do is we're probably just going to need to rinse and repeat and like be the scourge of some of these factions and just steal their ships kind of en masse. Large ships, extra large ships. I don't know. I've never tried to take an extra large ship. That might be worth trying out. And going from there. So we've set up. Looks like. Is anybody going to get some Claytronics? I'm going to send the Heron. Heron is going to sell drone components. Okay. I just want Claytronics. Trade with some Claytronics. And then transfer wares with build storage. It's interesting. I don't know why it's selling what it is, but hopefully get what it needs. All right, so we're going to buy some Claytronics there. And then we're going to transfer with build storage. We should have all the Claytronics we need for building things for a while. So my hope is once we get this container storage, we'll actually see the logical overview that we'll have a lot more space for all of these different materials that we're collecting and making, so we don't have to pause our energy cells or be almost out of space for spices or swamp plants. So we're going to need that storage. And then we're going to need more modules. We're going to need more production modules for each of our runs here. So let's make a couple of additional Do I want to copy module? I'm going to copy this horizontal module. Add another cross section to it. I'm going to copy that and add there. Add another cross beam to it. That way we're, getting us space for all these other production modules. So we're going to need another spice, copy module. Let's put it there. Why is it not like kind of snapping to where I want it? It's just not hitting. There we go. I want you there. Okay. So then we're probably going to want another. Another one right there. And then another. We'll just let those run because that'll be enough for a little bit. Yeah. So we'll let those production lines run for a bit. I think we want to consume as much of the water as we can. And it's going to be, takes up more swamp plants than it does spices. So we want to make sure we're producing more swamp plants than we are spices. Okay. And we also want to add space fuel to our production here, right? We can add wheat to the top of the. That's kind of cool. And add space fuel to the top of that. That works. So we'll be making space fuel and Spaceweed and have the entire production line set up for that. Hopefully that'll, means we'll be cranking through a lot of water. How much space fuel? We don't know yet. All right, so setting up those build line, production lines. We have kind of sufficient. I wonder if we want to start adding some additional dock modules for medium ships, but we'll probably mostly want to use our large ships to dock and go. Is that attached to anything? I don't know that it is. Can we? Can we attach you to? think we just want the it wasn't attached to anything. It's kind of out there in space. So, cool. Let's see. Let's make sure everybody has enough money to go buy all the things they need to go buy. And give it a couple of minutes. What else do we need to do? We can do some of these other missions. See where we go. Got about 10 minutes left in the episode. Maybe we'll go get one of these missions started.
Entering system. Take class choice.
Let's see, where are we headed? Avarice, I guess? Scrap processing facility.
Entering system. Silent witness.
Surprised that ship didn't get destroyed at some point. Can we buy ships from here? We can. What kind of ships do they sell?
Entering system. Windfall.
A compactor, like a salvager. Cool. I've really never dealt with like the scrap economy, so not really sure what we can do with it.
Entering Windfall. Free the Horde.
We'll see what this mission is
Entering
as we
system.
head,
Avarice.
because we're in Avarice, and we're going to go through Avarice to the next system for this scrap processing facility. What else? The Heron, cool, is, let's assign the Heron to trade for the commander. Probably doesn't have much to do at the moment, but
One.
hey, one of our storage things. So let's take a look at the electrical. Oh yeah, see how much, like, hey, we have space and all of the things now. Okay, that's such a big difference. Those small storage things are just not. So we can unpause this production. Yeah, everybody start producing all the things. There's still going to be far
Disarray.
outstripping how much. We created a bunch of water. And alright, so all these go in.
Scrap processing factory. Docking granted.
Dock. Yay, docking computers. These get kind of close and
Successfully docked. Experimental shuttle.
Welcome.
Hey, the negotiations have not yet commenced. Please come, as I am eager to repay you for your troubles.
Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Dagobas Lahubasas Urilos 3. Let's get right to it. How much did you say you want to pay for these hull parts?
I know it is a low price, but hear me out. You are practically swimming in those wares. They take up storage space and hamper your production. Eager buyers like us are doing you a favor.
I'm not sure where you got that idea from, but we will have to turn down that offer. It is not
I believe we can...
Sure.
Yes, however,
Yes.
brilliant.
Great.
deal.
I will
Yay.
arrange everything. It is nice doing business.
okay. Not sure what we just agreed to there.
This went right, and we made it. Now it is time. Buy wares at this station. Shipyards and wharves. Now look for the highest bidder.
Oh. Oh, okay. So, where are we? Avarice. Where's Avarice? There we are. No. Argon. Avarice.
Hello.
So, we're going to buy some hull parts. Actually, we don't need the Heron to do that, do we? Let's send... Alright, you. I'm going to send you to buy some hull parts. Actually, experimental shuttle, can I buy 400 hull parts out of this thing? Nope. How much can the Raleigh? Also, nope. We need some medium ships. Alright, so let's just grab one of the Herons then. Alright, Heron, you come here. Grab 400 hull parts. And then sell them for a profit. Cool. Let it do its thing. And that'll take a little bit. All right, so that's where we're going to end this episode. Thank you for joining us. Hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Thanks. Take care.